Driver Carrington gets dumped by Benami. The leaders are winding up here. Daytona. The big one is out. Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to the All-American ARCA Iowa 225, presented by Open Group. As always, I'm James East with Team Goon Squad Broadcasting, bringing the action 1080p, 60 frames a second, as single car qualifying is underway. Competitors are out on track. Looks like Davis Warren on the top spot so far. He's filling in for Mike Husby this evening, so good to see him coming back out and doing so quite strongly. As we get the results so far here in timing pulled up on the left side of your screen. Zach Warren in the number 4 machine out on track. We've had 20 drivers go out for qualifying so far. As we wait to see what Rogers is going to do, as we get a little bit of a race control mic test or information test, let us know. Only one tunnel here at Iowa. That's Joseph Penn. And Jumpin' Johnny Eckert up in the race control booth, trying to keep our drivers well behaved this evening. Let's see what Rogers does. He clicks off a fairly respectable 23.66 for his fastest lap of the race, but that will be about 0.04 of a second off of Davis Warren. Who else is out on track right now? Take a look at Robert Hill Jr. making his way out. The Canadian in the 05, looks like that's the swimwear back race car. Will he have enough time here to complete that second lap? Right now he's qualified 16th with a 23.86. Does he move up the standings? Yes, he does. Just a little bit faster with a 13th place. Let us know to the viewers at home where you're from, who you're cheering for. As it's a whole lot of fun having the crowd out here each and every Friday night. Speaking of crowd, it's going to be busy on the racetrack as we check out tonight's grid. Davis Warren starts on pole. Tim Kennedy starting second. Jacob Fest-Cannon starting third. Zach Rogers fourth on the grid. Cody McCorkle starting fifth. James SoundCloud Silver starting sixth. Michael Vandermeed starting seventh. Casey Carrington starting eighth. Wyatt Nadel starting ninth here tonight. We've got Matthew Weeks starting 10th. Cody Ricketts starting 11th. Andrew McGonigal starting 12th. We've got Robert Hill Jr. 13th on the grid. Alex Penn starting 14th. Nick Terrell running 15th. Devin Scroggins starting tonight off in 16th. Kyle Hall starting 17th. David Tooker qualifies 18th. Alex Carr 19th on the grid. Brad Delph starting 20th. Greg Carr starting 21st. Craig Martin 22nd. DJ Weeks Jr. starting 23rd. Gareth the Bloomin' Onion McAllister starting 24th. And that will round out the grid. We've got Robert Hill joining us from inside the 05 car in Ottawa, Canada. He's got it pulled up on the old mobile device. He's got the Nokia Sidekick rocking and rolling, ready to spectate this race if we find ourselves under eye-pacing conditions. And look twice as Davis Warren running Mike Husby's paint this evening, the number 6 machine. Husby out of town. We've got Victoria Harper. She's cheering on Edge and McGronigle. As we get ready for the safety car in to get the party started here at the Iowa 225 presented by Open Group. It's Warren and Kennedy in the top row. Fescan and Rogers your second row. Silvers, McCorkle will be on the third row. Pace car is in, waiting for the green flag to fly. And away we go for 160 laps. Warren holding on to the lead, but here comes Fescannon and Corkle making some early moves. Looks like that was Kennedy in the outside wall. As the field getting all out of shape as we go a little bit 3 wide with Vandermeer, Carrington, Kennedy crossing the line. This is the battle for 6th out on track. It's very early for those gutsy moves. As look at this for the first time this season under green flag racing. Fescannon getting some laps led. He's pulled 0.4 of a second over McCorkle. McCorkle, Rogers, Warren, Silvers rounding out the top 5, but Fescannon has found something within that 89 machine. As he clicks off a 24-second flat lap time. Now I know Fescannon's been running about a lot of short track racing here in the past under the Team Goon Squad banner, but maybe things are looking well for him here at Iowa as we keep rocking and rolling just 3 laps in. But that will be very quickly interrupted. As we take a look back there, looks like Greg Carr, DJ Weeks Jr., I think that was Brad Delph in the number 14 machine, all tied up in that one. Oh, enhance. So it looks like that started maybe with the 05. Not sure if Hill was a victim or an aggressor there. No, happened in front. Delph had a big moment in the 14 machine. And that's going to collect one of the cars as well as the number 22. Let's take one more look at that from focusing on Brad Delph. Backing that up to see what on earth happened in the number 14 machine. As, oh, it looks like he was all nice and loose on his lonesome here. Take a look at the number 14. Back in, steps out, holding on to it. And then looks like Hill just kind of slid through, and then Carnage strikes. And that will be our first caution of the evening. Gonna be interested to see how tonight goes. Will this be a caution fest? Or will we get things sorted out? as we will await for the update from race control. Now, tonight, again, Warren, the fill-in driver for Husby, but it will be the number 14 machine of Delph receiving the EOL for the self-spin, as it looks like Matthew Weeks has had some sort of problems having to... Looks like he's back out on track, but it'll be 4 laps down. Craig Martin comes down pit road. Robert Hill, McAllister, Carr, Delph, all down pit road to get some repairs done on those machines after the caution flies early. Again, the quick caution coming out. And for this next restart, it's going to be Fest-Cannon, McCorkle on the front row. Rogers, Silver is your second row. And Warren and Vandermeed will be your third row. So we get ready to rack them back up, double file. As everybody gets sorted back into spot. Pace car will be in this time by as we are side by side, ready to go. Let's try this again with Fest-Cannon on the front row behind him. Rogers, McCorkle, side by side. A little bit further back is Silvers and Vandermeed, two teammates. But how long will the 89 machine hold on to it? As here comes Zach Rogers on the inside line. Looks like McCorkle was going to make that shot. Oh, McCorkle hard on the outside wall. That's going to allow Rogers and Fest-Cannon to break away here. It may very well be a night of carnage. It looks like the driver's having a very tough go holding on to it. But Fest-Cannon will sit in second now behind Rogers, who will get some credit for some laps led. As behind Fest-Cannon, looks like that was Silver's McCorkle Vandermeed in a tight break. Kyle Hall rolling out the number 87 machine. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide once more. Silver's in the middle. Hall backs out of it. He wants nothing to do with this, as he will be several laps down after taking that tow back to pit road. On your screen, you're watching the frantic battle for third. It's a three-car battle between Silvers, McCorkle, and Vandermeed. But it looks like that 17 of Silver starting to catch up to the back of the 89 of Best Cannon. And I don't think Silvers can back off much here and sit behind because McCorkle's saying, let's go, go, go. Silver's no holler back, girl. He's going to keep that 17 machine charging forward as he looks to the inside line of Best Cannon through the tri-oval into one. As we're too wide, 2 rows deep now in the battle for second. Silver's on the inside line, Best Cannon on the high line right behind them. Vandermeed on the inside, McCorkle on the high groove. But Best Cannon will hold on to the second place spot for a little while longer. And we will have yet another caution coming out. This time showing Devin Scroggins tied up in the mix as he has lawn darted himself on the outside wall. So keep an eye on the bright yellow number 66 of Scroggins. A little bit 3 wide action. He gets a little bit of a tip around. Looks like Brad Delp gets into him as well. And he will sit there or lock up the brakes, wait for any of the remaining drivers to make their way around, and that will be our second caution of the evening. The number 24 machine will receive the EOL for the crash of the 66. That'll be Cody Ricketts getting the credit with that one. He'll be sent to the back of the longest line. And now it looks like it's going to be Rogers, Best Cannon. Or is it going to be McCorkle? It's tough to tell as they keep bouncing around here. We'll wait for them to get a little bit more grooved up to give you the lineup here. It looks like it's going to be Rogers, Best Cannon, Silvers, McCorkle, Vandermeed. Your top 5 for this next restart. So we will try this once more with Rogers and Best Cannon on the front row. Silvers McCorkle will be your second row for this restart. Waiting for the drivers to get sorted out. Then we're going to bring that pace car in, send them out once more. And let's see if we can get some sort of run going here. Rogers starting on the high line. Gets on the gas, letting that number 4 sing. Vescan will be on the inside line. McCorkle looks like he's going to set up high here. Will Rogers get a bit of a breakaway? Looks like he's quickly up 3/10 over Vescan. Vescan and McCorkle gonna put on a little bit of a show here. We saw McCorkle push a little wide once coming out of turn 4. Tagging that right rear corner panel, but able to make it stick that time by, moving up into second place. Vescannon falls to third, but here comes Silvers and Vandermeer, 2 teammates linked up, running 4th and 5th. Now both these drivers have raced with Vescannon a whole lot in the past, so this group here very familiar what they can and cannot get away with. As Silver's going to take a peek at the inside line. No, he's going to give the spot up to Vandermeer. And maybe we'll see the number 7 of Vandermeer put the pressure on Vescannon. Man, these guys are carrying a whole lot of slip angle here. It looks like Vandermeer trying to put as much power as he can down, but the back end of that number 7 keeps stepping out on him. Your race leader, Zach Rogers, has to be happy. He's pulled his gap to about 6/10 over McCorkle in second. And maybe things starting to slightly calm down. But as I say that, it looks like about 3, maybe a 4-car battle for second shaping up. McCorkle, Vescannon, Vandermeer, Silvers, all nose to tail here. Man, Vandermeer all over the back of the 89 Vescannon. Every now and then we see that 89 pull a little bit closer up to McCorkle. Now, are any of these drivers planning for a green flag run tonight, or are they pushing hard early on, thinking it'll be a series of short bursts punctuated by cautions? So far, nobody inside the top 10's come down pit road even after that second caution, opting to stay out on their original set of tires. It'll be very interesting to see how that strategy plays out for some of our drivers. Oh, is McCorkle once again into the wall? Maybe got pinched off slightly from Vescannon there. No, excuse me, that was Vandermeer getting pinched off. And the number 7. McCorkle still ahead in the number 2 machine in second. Now, right now, the team owner for Mountain Man Motorsports has to be ecstatic as their drivers currently 1, 2, 3 on track with Rogers, McCorkle, and Vescannon. But Vandermeer and Silvers running 4th and 5th. They're racing for Cornerstone Motorsports. They want to join the fray. As we go a little bit further back, a whole lot of action. We've got Carrington, Warren, McGronigle, Weeks, Penn, Kennedy, all in the fray here, battling for 6th place back. This may allow those top 5 drivers to pull away even more, as Warren fighting tooth and nail to keep some fast guys right behind him. But if we go back up front, things still get exciting in the 4-car battle for second. Best Cannon's moved up to second once more. McCorkle now back in third. He'll be in the hot seat. Getting chased by Michael Vandermeed in the 7. Silvers in the 17. And here comes Vandermeed looking up the inside line against McCorkle. Side by side they go. Looks like McCorkle has a little bit better drive here. Able to keep that momentum going up on the high line at Iowa. Let's see what happens as they make their way through 3 and 4. Now at this point the cars should be tightening up for our drivers, which would make it a little bit more difficult to make those big moves, those big lunges that we saw early on. As just behind that battle, things still all out of control. Warren and McGonigal side by side. Alex Penn is up 6 spots, now 8th on the track. The 3-wide opportunity presents itself to Penn. He decides, you know what, way too early in the race to risk it too much here, as they are still side by side in the battle for 6. Penn into the number 30, looking frantic to try and make his way through. As just ahead of that fray, looks like Vandermeed and Silvers still linked up, but no Silvers in the outside wall. Able to collect himself in 2, narrowly avoids getting into traffic. But just like that, the number 17 machine, who is battling for a top 3, will now find himself struggling to stay within the top 10. Giving Rogers and Feskin a bit of a breakaway. As McCorkle still staying right there with the number 89 machine, but he relatively close, 8/10, but he's getting chased by Michael Vandermeed, the number 7, who showed a lot of speed here early on. Now as this surprise green flag run continues to keep moving forward, we will definitely see the effects of tire wear, as right now drivers just about a second off their fastest laps of the race early on. On rails, 1.2 seconds up from Fest Cannon. The Mountain Man Motorsports team has gotten something dialed in here, as they are currently locked into the podium just a quarter of the way through tonight's main event. As your first, second, and third place drivers fairly stretched out, even McCorkle in third. He's got just about half a second on Vandermeed. But Vandermeed will once again have his hands full, as here comes Davis Warren, the number 6 machine, as well as McGonigal in the 94, Penn and the number 30. Our hard charger out on track for the moment though. DJ Weeks Jr., the number 97 machine, he's currently 11th. On track, up 12 spots. As here we go, 3 wide once more. McGonigal on the inside line, Penn in the middle. Davis Warren riding the high groove. Penn and Carrington going to go side by side, while McGonigal and Kennedy side by side. Oh, look at the big save from Silvers in the black and white number 17. Right now, less than a second, separating 4th and 10th place, 44 laps into the main event. But the story's got to be Zach Rogers still holding on to a 1.2-second lead over his teammate, Cannon. Cannon almost have a second and a half over McCorkle, also a teammate. So the top 3 drivers, if they have that clean track in front of them, keeping the momentum forward. And glad to be out there. Looks like that may be McGonigal. Getting stuck in that outside wall. He's going to drop all the way back to 12th. As the landscape here in the top 10 ever changing here from 4th to the inside line, challenging Vandermeet for 4th. But Vandermeet's going to have him by 0.07 of a second at the line and getting a bit of a push there from Carrington in the all red number 9. Now this is where the tire fall off really going to show who's left a little bit in reserves and who maybe pushed a little hard early. Side-by-side action. This time, Warren and Carrington battling for 4th. Warren gets the spot. Carrington in hot pursuit. Now, it looks like Warren's slowly closing the gap here to McCorkle, but let's go a little bit further back, where things are still getting pretty dicey just inside the top 10. Laps in, things still frantic inside the top 5. Your race leader Rogers has pulled a 5-second gap over Cannon. Cannon almost 2 seconds ahead of McCorkle, but it looks like McCorkle keeping an eye on that rearview mirror as Warren and Carrington have been gaining some ground here. Down to 0.6 of a second now between McCorkle and Warren. McCorkle with a big dance on the number 2. He's going to lose a whole lot of time here as here comes Davis Warren qualified up front and looking to get back into podium contention. Casey Carrington, the 9, is going to follow suit. Carrington right there with Warren, the fill-in driver in the 6 machine. Are we going to see the battle for 4th unfold? Is Carrington going to be happy following the number 6 machine up towards the front as long as they keep that forward momentum? But right behind them is DJ Weeks Jr. making his way up towards the front. Is interesting. Vandermeet and Silvers will be some of the first 2 drivers down pit road for a green flag stop. Warren has closed the gap to 0.3 of a second to McCorkle. McCorkle looks like he went wide there, trying to dive in that quarter out of turn 4 and keep that momentum. Now that last time by, Warren was about a 10th faster than McCorkle, so here's the tire fall off as Warren looks to battle for a podium position once more. Looking like it's going to be a 2-stop race for our drivers. Now if Team Vandermeet come down the road, which is teammate Silvers in the indication, those drivers may be coming down for tires more so than fuel as we watch McAllister in the AAA machine return back to the track surface. With these stops starting, we've got 19 drivers on the lead lap. All 24 drivers that entered still out there going forward. But we're going to have a battle for 5th as it looks like Weeks has built up the inside line along Carrington. McGronigal has McAllister, who's a couple laps down here on the inside line. As we go 3 wide across the start-finish line, it's McAllister trying to get his laps back. Weeks, Carrington, oh, what a move by McAllister. Saying, hey, you know what, no time to waste, I've got the fresh tires out on track. As I believe he's showing 2 laps down here, I'll try and get clarification on that. As the Chronicle in the 94 machine looks to briefly take over Penn. Carrington will slot in behind him. A little bit further ahead, Davis Warren has squarely caught up to the back of McCorkle. There goes McAllister getting his laps back with those fresh tires on there. And oh, McCorkle wide once more. Gotta give him credit, staying committed to his line choice. And once again, side by side, the battle for 3rd. McCorkle staying up high, keeping that momentum going on number 2, while Warren keeps taking a peek at the inside line. Drive back number 6. These guys are 65 laps in on a set of tires and still racing hard. McCorkle has the advantage by about 0.2 of a second as they cross the line over Davis Warren. Now your race leader, Zach Rogers, just about 5 seconds ahead of this fray. And if we go a little bit further back to 6th, the battle's still going on with Carrington, Penn, side by side, 3 wide we go. Alex Penn in the middle. He doesn't want to be a part of that one. As more drivers scrape scraping the wall, leaving some body work thrown across the surface. And we're going to go a little bit further front, back again to the battle between McCorkle and Warren. Here we go, Warren still on the inside line, but no, McCorkle fends him off just a little while longer. And we're going to punctuate the action with yet another caution. Looks like it may have been Scroggins. Does he get help? Or does he just send it all on his own? Yeah, looks like he gets a little bit too happy on the throttle, sends it careening around, and we'll get a ticket for parking in an improper area here at Iowa. Can't park there on the infield grass. The groundskeepers get quite upset. And that will bring out our third caution of the evening at lap 70. So expect to see a whole lot of drivers down pit road. Good to see Deanna joining us here tonight. She's cheering on Davis Warren, who's had a great show so far in the number 6 machine. Go down 3 spots from where he started, but able to crawl back up there towards the front. As on pit road, he will be 4th as we bring the whole field in here. Now I think this is where it gets interesting, as Scroggins does get the confirmed EOL for the self-spin out of turn 4. But now we're going to be sending all the drivers out on track with fresh rubber underneath them. A much looser and freer car. As let's see who is where. Shows Craig Martin as your race leader, the absolute mad lad. He came in on lap 17. Is he going to come back down pit road? Looks like he is. I was going to say that's about to be very interesting. So it's going to be Rogers and Fess Cannon on the front row. Warren and McGronigle your second row. Carrington and Penn on the third row. So let's see, looks like everybody on 4 fresh tires. But I would expect another early caution to fly on this one. Drivers getting the lucky dog wave around. And let's try this once more, getting closer to the halfway mark. Rogers and Feskin on the front row. McGonigal, Warren, your second row. Penn, Carrington will round out the third row for our third restart. Here we go. Rogers with an early start, able to get that momentum going. Now these drivers want to keep the fray behind them, as it looks like right behind McGonigal is where all the action is. Warren, Penn, Carrington going at it, but I heard some grinding against the wall. I wonder what that Robert Hill Jr. in the 05 machine, as he's side by side with DJ Weeks Jr. Look at the battle unfold, as now McGonigal has worked his way up into third. Right behind him, Penn and Warren going at it. As look at this, Alex Penn going to work his way into podium contention against the inside line against McGonigal. But here comes Davis Warren with some heat behind him, the number 6, trying to make that outside line work. Taken back over third place, giving Rogers and Feskin a good amount of breathing room. But McGonigal, a limited schedule this season, keeping the hammer down, charging forward. Good to see some familiar names and faces up inside the top 5, putting in a large amount of work here at Iowa. As this time by, we will be at the halfway mark of the evening. So Zach Rogers will be our race leader at the halfway mark. Jacob Feskin running second. Andrew McGonigal third. Alex Penn fourth. Carrington fifth. Go back to McGonigal. Things are pretty heated here, as he's got both Alex Penn and Casey Carrington less than a quarter of a second back from that 94 machine. Sends it up the inside line once more, possibly a little bit of contact there between the 30 of Penn and the baby blue and white number 94 McGonigal. And still on the inside line, McGonigal running the high groove right behind them. Casey Carrington and the all-red Dodgeback number 9. Looking for any sort of mistake out of these two, as he very quickly be able to interject himself into a podium battle. Waiting to see what Penn's gonna do as we go on board with Alex Penn, number 30 machine. That's McGonigal just ahead of him in the 94. Looks like they're taking a little bit safer here now. We're expecting one more stop out of the drivers to make it good and clean out till the end on fuel. But they are throwing the cars around here at Iowa to get these things to rotate. As Penn trying the outside line. As we are watching a very heated battle for third. Now, I don't believe Penn has been able to pick up a podium finish so far in any of his seasons of the All-American ARCA League. Yes, we confirm that. The highest finish Alex Penn, number 30, has ever gotten here at All-American ARCA. It's a pair of fourth place finishes. So expect to see that number 30 try everything he can to put it up into the top three for the very first time in his ARCA career. As he's starting to get a bit of a breakaway from McGraw-Hill, 4/10 advantage to Penn. But Penn still about 6 tenths back from second place driver Jacob Fescannon. And you know who's not having any issues? Zach Rogers out front. 1.3 seconds ahead of the second place driver. No sign of slowing down. Falling back to 7th. Weeks has worked his way briefly up into 6th, but Warren's going to answer on the high line as Weeks runs, battling back and forth between 6th and 7th. Right now as he sits in 7th, he's up 16 positions from where he qualified. But only 70 laps left to go. We are past the halfway mark. A little while longer as Warren's starting to slowly catch up to Carrington and McGraw-Hill, having their own battle for 4th out on track. Zach Rogers out front, just clicking off laps, making it look easy. Rogers, I believe, if he can make this happen, will be his second win of the season. Quite a while back, February, he picked up a win in Las Vegas. And after that, he's had a few podium appearances, but a whole lot of rough nights as well for that number 4. So Zach Rogers going to try and shake off the dust, keep the nerves beneath him, and keep that forward momentum. Now Matthew Weeks is your points leader so far for the season. Cooker is second in points. Cooker currently 10th on track. Haven't talked about it much tonight. Casey Carrington third in points as he's now 5th on track. And Zach Rogers, your race leader, currently 4th in points. So if Rogers can pick up another win here, he's looking fantastic to really whittle away at the points lead of the leaders. But now Alex Penn running third in the 30 has company with the likes of McGonigal and Carrington. Did the 94 of McGonigal or the 9 of Carrington save a little bit of tire here to make some runs late, or make some moves late into the run. Now the fuel window will open up, I'd say around lap 120. If drivers are opting to run a full fuel stint. Now we saw Silvers and Vandermeer come in quite earlier, 14 laps earlier than the rest of the field on lap 55. I believe they stayed out after the caution was thrown, but they're all the way back to 17th and 18th, who were previously running up front. Will now be an uphill battle for the two teammates, as Penn has fallen back to 5th. Watching that shot slip through the fingers here as we get ready to go. 61 laps left to go. As McGonigal has a whole lot of forward momentum, closing the gap to Cannon in second. No sign of slowing down here. And here we go, the battle for second starting to unfold. McGonigal, a man on a mission in that 94, charging forward. 2 cents off the back of Cannon, but your race leader, Zach Rogers, still has almost a 2-second advantage here. Here we go, side by side, McGonigal on the high line, Cannon down low. The battle for second on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, 2 seconds back from your race leader. But keep an eye out for Carrington, the number 9 machine. He wants to take advantage of the situation, as right behind them, Penn and Weeks Jr. side by side, for 5th. But right now, the current running order: Rogers, McGonigal, Carrington, Cannon, Penn. Your top 5. As we will start getting into the closing laps. Now, if at this point anybody comes down pit road and fuels up, they should be good to go to the end on fuel. But I think tire wear is the biggest concerning factor for these guys. Now, will we see Carrington, who's back up in the podium position. Keep that forward momentum as Cannon drops to 4th. DJ Wee Jr., our hard charger, up 18 spots, has worked his way into 5th. Gonna be interesting to see how this one unfolds, as it's about to be a 3-car battle for 3rd once more. Carrington in the all-red number 9, Cannon in the white with red stripes, 89, and Weeks in the predominantly white number 97 machine, very close here, right behind them. Penn and Warren side by side for 6th. Definitely you can tell which of these drivers have the long-run momentum. Keeping that tire wear to a minimum, 50 laps left to go. Who will we see come down pit road first? I can go ahead and tell you, I don't think it's going to be Zach Rogers as he continues to stretch his legs in the race lead. This is a heated battle as Weeks starting to put the pressure on Cannon. In the show for 4th, looks like Vandermean's coming down the road once more for his final stop as we get ready to go 3 wide. In the battle for 3rd, Carrington on the high line, Cannon in the middle. Weeks was looking low. We get back to single file action. Your race leader Rogers and your 2nd place runner McGonigal have to be happy knowing these 3-car battles are happening so fiercely. But we may have a caution come out as McAllister goes as a crash. But oh no, he is blinking catastrophically. Surely he'll get kicked off the raceway. I believe that was the case. So McAllister and the Bloomin' Onion back 888, the Outback racing car. His Australia internet has left the building. But thankfully that did not trigger the crash report. We were showing a crash in our live timing software, but didn't see the caution come out, at least not yet. Let's go a little bit further back to Alex Penn, Tim Kennedy, Davis Warren. Little 3-car action, the battle for 6th. We got great racing all across the track here tonight as this run progresses, going a little bit even further back. Look at this. It's Brad Delph, Wyatt Nadel, Greg Carr, Cody McCorkle, Alex Carr. All trying to work forward a little while longer, see if they can pull off a top 10 here tonight. And that's the great thing about All-American ARCA, as this series has cleaned itself up with the over-aggressive drivers. The driver just had a tough time with car control. We found some amazing races all across the asphalt each and every Friday night. As while there are a handful of guys out here each and every week that have a good chance of bringing it home, still some of these guys out here looking for their personal best of this season. Some of these guys have been here since with us season 1. We're just about at our 1-year anniversary of broadcasting the All-American ARCA series. Still side by side, Nadel and Ricketts going at it, but let's go back up front. Casey Carrington holding on to the third place spot, but for how long as Fess Cannon looks at the inside line. Right behind these two is DJ Weeks Jr. looking for an opening. The fuel window officially open as Alex Penn, Brad Delph dive down pit road. Carrington working the high line against Fess Cannon. Man, still anybody's guess here who's going to bring home that podium spot as Rogers and McGraw clicking it off. Now they're going to hope we can go green till the end here as they have been extending their lead lap after lap by over a tenth of a second. As the battle for third, the three-car battle for third. His pace back here has slowed down slightly as they've been so busy dicing it up with each other. Carrington Weeks putting on a show, but surely they'll all have to come down pit road relatively soon, but they've got a little bit of an internal debate here. Do you want to come down pit road and risk being caught there if the caution comes out, as it looks like Carrington tags the wall? So Fess Cannon secures third place for a little while longer. Weeks moves up to fourth. But the question is, do these guys want to risk being on pit road if the caution comes out? Otherwise, if they think we're going to go green, and these drivers think they have the pace to run faster than their competitors, they may come down pit road first for a bit of an undercut. They get back out there. Looks like Fess Cannon has a little bit of lap traffic ahead. Off some green flag laps. Rogers McGraw continue to charge forward. Here comes Weeks looking up the inside line of Fess Cannon, but these drivers still have to come down pit road at least one final time to make it till the end on fuel. We were told about 70 laps is what these drivers could get out of a tank. And we are just 10 laps short of that number as Weeks sends it out clean on the inside line of turn 3. Side by side with Fess Cannon. Fess Cannon has the drive out of 4. And oh no, that's McCorkle has a crash leaving pit road with cold tires. What happened to McCorkle? Too much gas? And just loses it there. Corner number 2. Thankfully, no caution. Cannon holding on to third place. Nick Terrell comes down pit road for his final stop of the evening. What's going to happen here as Weeks all over the back bumper of Cannon. They'll charge up the inside line. Neither driver looks like they're willing to come down pit road first, as they're about 1.8 seconds back from McGronigal in second, 3.4 seconds back from your race leader. Look at that. Weeks makes the move and moves up into third position, up 20 spots. But still, the driver staying out, maybe expecting a caution. As the number 22 machine starts painting the outside wall, that's Greg Martin in the bright yellow 22. Maybe trying to hop out of the way of traffic, but the way the tire wear has been unable to move quick enough. And still your top 4, top 5 drivers, Rogers, McGronigal, Weeks, Cannon, and Warren, staying out. Nick Terrell trying to unlap himself through the field in the 81 machine. Looks like a green flag stop puts you down about 2 laps here, so that might be why you see so many fast drivers staying out as long as they possibly can. As we are now 25 laps left to go here at the Iowa 225, presented by Open Group. As Weeks will come down pit road first. Rogers, your race leader. McGronigal, Cannon, Warren Kennedy still out. And Weeks, who is running third, has dropped all the way back here to 12th. As he completes that green flag stop. Again, the $1 million question, when will we see the now current top 5 drivers coming down pit road? As we all wait with bated breath, Zach Rogers has a 2-second lead over Andrew McGronigal. Wants to pick up his second win of the season, staying out as long as he can possibly bear in that number 4. And still gaining about 0.2 of a second per lap on McGronigal. With these green flag stops being about halfway completed, we've only got 11 drivers on the lead lap. As now McGronigal comes down pit road for his final stop of the night. Rogers, Cannon, Warren, Kennedy, Carr, your current top 5 or soon to be top 5, have yet to come down pit road since lap 69. As we see the number 24 machine of Ricketts get a lap back. But again, if you take a green flag stop, it's a safe bet you're going to lose about 2 laps to the race leaders. We'll pull up the live timing tower to the left side of your screen to see where your favorite driver currently resides. As we are midway through the final green flag stops, only 9 drivers on the lead lap here. And all of those top 9 drivers have yet to come down pit road for their second stop of the evening. Or I should more aptly say final stop of the evening, as they have all come in on lap 69. I mean, surely they can't stretch it out here. That'd be an extra 15 or so odd laps on fuel to try and make account for saving for. Here comes Rogers, looking like he's going to come down pit road. Rogers down pit road for his final stop of the night. Will Fescannon follow suit? No, he will stay out, getting another lap led here. Getting chased by Warren and Kennedy, also yet to complete that stop. Surely they'll come in this time by. They've been out an excruciatingly long time on fuel. It doesn't look like they're coming down this time by, keeping it going. Maybe banking on a late race caution, but a whole lot of fast guys several laps down. As we go side by side for the race lead, it shows Warren, the number 6 machine, as your race leader. Carrington trying to unlap himself in the number 9 machine. He's just 1 lap down. Looks to the inside line, makes quick work of Fescannon. And now sets his sights on Warren's number 6 machine. Again, Warren driving for Mike Husby tonight. But I'd imagine Warren's going to try and get down that inside line. Surely his final pit stop imminent here. But he will hold out on track, holding on to that race lead. 12 laps left to go. It's Warren, Fescannon, Kennedy within 3/4 of a second each other for the race lead, but still expecting one final pit stop amongst these drivers. So now Fescannon down pit road for his final stop of the night. Warren and Kennedy opt to stay out a little while longer. Really, your top 8 still stretching the limits on a tank of gas. Warren enjoying the limelight in the number 6 machine, getting those laps led. And this is, oh no, around goes Warren! Checked up to avoid Scroggins, who's involved in the crash. Does Warren have damage here? We're going to watch that replay of what happened to Scroggins. It's loose just like we saw earlier, but this time slides back on the outside wall, but keep an eye on the left side of your screen. Warren gets tagged after checking up. The driver behind him didn't see the incident unfolding. And we will have our 4th caution with just 9 laps left to go. Doesn't look like too much damage on the back of that number 6 machine. As Kennedy will get credit for the lap led here. This is about to get exciting, ladies and gentlemen. So I think this is going to put Carrington as your race leader, as his last pit stop was on lap 131, so he's good to go to the end, but he'll be on about 20 lap older tires here. It'll be interesting to see how that number 9 fares on the restart. So Carrington and Rogers will be on your front row. Kennedy, Warren, your second row, and I believe Greg Carr and Alex Penn, your third row. And just like that, we're magically back to 19 drivers on the lead lap here at Iowa. Now let's see what's going to happen. Carrington on 20 lap older tires. Rogers on about 7 lap older tires. So the number 66 of Scroggins will get a 30-second hold for the self-spin. That's his second incident of the night. Now, if you get one incident deemed your fault, you get an EOL. Get two, a 30-second stop and go under a green flag. And if you find yourself with 3 incident caused, you will be kindly asked to park for the evening. But we're going to get gridded up. I don't think we're going to be in the green-white checker conditions just yet. Carrington Kennedy on that front row, slightly older tires. A lot of fast guys right behind him with fresh rubber underneath them. Carrington with a great launch there in the number 9 machine. Knowing, hey, I've got those older tires, we gotta get this thing going. Kennedy falls in hot pursuit. As we got action a little bit further back, Davis Warren's moved up to 3rd. Robert Hill Jr. side by side with Warren in the battle for 3rd. Right behind him, Alex Carr, David Tooker looking for a way through. Wyatt Nadel joining the fray. But we've got problems towards the back as it looks like Best Cannon off track. Will we see the caution come out? 3 laps left to go. Carrington's your race leader. Will we go into green-white checker conditions? As here comes Kennedy in the number 88 machine to challenge for the lead. Right behind them, Warren, Hill, Carr joining the fray. Carrington, I don't think, has won a race yet on his own season. We're looking for the win, but Kennedy has other plans. Throwing it deep inside line. Carrington, with the older tires, just can't quite hang on to it. The white flag will be out this time by as the field starts to crash behind him. That was Wyatt Nadel careening through the infield. Warren and Carrington side by side for 2nd. Warren makes the pass. Here comes Robert Hill Jr. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide into 3. Look at Robert Hill way down low. He's coming through with a slide job. Warren up high. Who's it going to be as Tim Kennedy takes the checkered? Davis Warren 2nd. And Robert Hill Jr. bringing home the third here at the Iowa 225. Well done to Tim Kennedy, picking up, I believe, his first win ever here at All-American ARCA. And he's going to enjoy the limelight, smoking into number 88. Well done to Kennedy. Really having a good show here. I don't know if I've seen Kennedy here before. I'll have to check on that. I believe he's a first-timer coming out with a dominant run. Up first, though, we've got my friend Robert Hill Jr. in the 05 machine, finishing third. A bit of a chaotic fray there, but man, is it good to have you up here in the top three, my friend.
Man, it's been a while since we got us a podium finish, so I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, good seeing you as always. Great job from you and the team. I mean, it looked like for the long time, you guys just a dominant running 1, 2, 3 for, I want to say, a good 3/4 of the race. What led to you guys being so fast and so successful out here tonight?
Yeah, so Zach was so strong all night, and I hate that the caution fell at a bad time for him, and he lost the race. It was definitely his to win tonight, but obviously, congrats to Tim on his first win and his first start. But my guys work so hard. You know, they practice a lot out here on race night, and they just race really smart. Know when to push it, know when to hold back, and obviously, we hate that the win didn't come home with us tonight, but definitely proud of the effort by everybody.
Robert, great job as always, man. Up 10 spots. Definitely nothing to complain too much about. And good having you up here. Who do you want to give a shout out to that helped you get up here in that third place finish?
Yeah, definitely have to thank 213simware.com. That's my presenting sponsor. You can go on their website and buy a shirt with my ARCA car on it or a nice pint glass. And of course, I got to thank my drivers, Zach Rogers, David Tooker, Matthew Weeks. Weeks had a bit of an issue tonight. He fell out early on and it set him back. And our affiliates as well, and Cody McCorkle, Jake Fescanen, and Wyatt Canado. They all did a fantastic job tonight. And just before I get out of here, also, I got to thank you guys. And I want to give a shout out to Alex Penn. He drives for me Wednesday night in the truck series, and he did a really great job. He fell out on the final restart, but he was definitely on the way to maybe being in this podium spot, if not a good top 5 finish. So good run for him. And congrats to Tim and Davis on the podiums.
Awesome. Well said, Robert. Good job as always, and hope to have you back up here soon, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, James. Have a good night.
Well, that was Robert Hill Jr. bringing home a third. We've got Davis Warren joining us tonight, and it looks like Husby's paint scheme. Davis, good to have you up here, man. Getting a lot of love from the fans, and can't complain too much. A second place finish as a fill-in driver.
Yeah, super happy to be in the car. Husby and Johnny asked me to fill in tonight. Husby's on a date. I don't know if that's public knowledge, but good luck to him. Hope he can you know. But I don't know, man. I mean, second's great. I love talking to you for sure, but that I don't know. I'm gonna try to say the wrong thing here, but the 66 cost us that race. Like we would have won that thing if we'd have not had him, in front of us. Obviously, glad that we got to salvage what we got, but I mean, geez, just wish we could have done better for Husby,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens. And Davis, it looked like, so you saw that incident with the 66 careen around. You checked up, and the driver behind you, I'm not sure who it was, wasn't quite able to see, but you guys were running nose to tail. Did you have too much damage on the back of that number 6 machine after that?
No, the car was fine actually. We had no damage when we came into the pits. And I mean, yeah, I know that he backed or he got into us, but I mean, that shouldn't have happened right there. Like he shouldn't have had to worry about that. So just is what it is. But again, just glad to be racing. Hope Husby's having a good night. Thanks, Johnny Eckert, for the call. Thank you guys for hosting. And I'm gonna have a Canada Drive for this one after this one, but make sure you get your tickets to the Goodyear 400 at Darlington Raceway on May 8th. If you need some group tickets, I got some discounts for you. So hit me up 704-610-1555. Give me a call.
I've got to give you respect. The first driver in 300 broadcasts we've ever heard say their phone number in the interview room. So, fans, you heard it there. Give Davis Warren a call for tickets for the Darlington race. Looking for a good time. Davis, always a good time talking to you, my friend, and hope to see you back in some sort of capacity in the future.
Yeah, that's the plan. And just gotta say hey to my mom. Obviously, she's my fan base in the chat. So hey, mom.
Awesome. Well done, my friend. We'll see you soon.
See ya.
That was Davis Warren bringing home a hard-fought second, a little bit of regret in his voice. But up next, the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Kennedy coming out in the number 88 and picking up a win. Tim, what an entrance, my friend.
Yeah, it certainly was. I can tell you I did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that kind of covers it all. The win, the action, the later, the cautions. I mean, what was your expectations coming tonight? And I mean, you qualified well, so you knew you had the pace at least.
Yeah, I always do well at this track. Just I have a thing for it. So I even contemplated about, just starting in the back and just riding around and getting a feel for what the league's like. And I said, the hell with it. I'll put a time down. And man, from the drop of the green flag, these guys just go, go, go. Yeah, the cautions kind of worked out. And at the end there, I just was going to take a splash and go and didn't expect much. But, caution fell and just worked out.
Now, Tim has a good point about qualifying in the back and kind of feeling everything out. You didn't really have the luxury coming into tonight to know who you could drive tough with and who you could kind of maybe count on giving a little bit of extra room in case they did something exciting. So how do you make that call on the fly during a race to quickly adapt to who's around you and see who you can trust out there?
Yeah, it's a tough call. You just got to be patient. I'm patient. Probably to a fault sometimes. But yeah, everyone I was around raced very clean. I was very impressed.
Awesome. Tim, welcome to the big dysfunctional family. Congratulations on a great entrance, picking up the win here at Iowa. And you've got the final privilege, the pleasure, my friend, of the final send-offs. Who do you want to give a shout to that helped you get out here tonight?
Yeah, well, I'd like to thank my dogs for not going behind my sim rig and puking on my cables while I was racing. That was pretty cool. And then just thanks for these guys for putting on a cool league.
Awesome.
Looking forward to more racing.
Awesome. Tim, welcome. Glad to have you. And no pressure, but now you got to back it up next week as well. So we're looking forward to seeing what you and the 88 machine can do.
Okay, thanks, James.
Thank you, sir. That was Tim Kennedy picking up his first ever win here at the All-American ARCA Series. We had great racing, big crashing, and a first-time winner with Tim Kennedy in the top spot, Davis Warren finishing second, and Robert Hill Jr. rounding out the podium. As always, on behalf of the All-American ARCA Series as well as Open Group, my name was James East with Team Goon Squad Broadcasting. Thank you all so much for spending a Friday night with us, and we look forward to having you back same time, same place next week. Have a great night, everybody.